most.
Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 121 of Report This Post, the podcast about bad posts and bad people. My name is Geiger, and that is Christian.
Don't make me turn this car around.
And we are your host with the posts. Every week, Christian, myself, or a listener select a different topic and then find horrible posts for your listening pleasure. And this week's topic, as chosen by listener Matt, is parenting. Okay.
What am I supposed to do? Clap?
Yeah, because it's a big deal to be a parent, right?
Oh boy, is it ever? Yeah, it's really fun.
You know, it's the
so
toughest
rewarding.
job in the world.
God damn.
Very few people can do it, except for the majority of the species, I think.
Yeah, well, it seems that way, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, yeah, you kind of have to, because otherwise we'd go away forever.
And that, folks, wouldn't it be terrible if this entire animal subset of human beings just left the earth?
Mm-hmm. But if you do like life, I say thank a straight person. Now, Christian, you and I have children. We have 4 between us.
Uh-huh.
You're the 1, I'm the 3.
Yeah.
That adds up right up to 4. And I believe even your child just celebrated a birthday this week.
Yeah, yesterday from the date of this recording. Yep, she turned 3 years old.
3 years old. Holy moly.
And has decided that she no longer needs to nap, no longer needs to listen, will no longer eat or use the bathroom. So she's just... I guess she's just ready to shuffle off this mortal coil already. So, you know what? And I wish her the best of luck in that. So
yeah. Sounds like she's just packing it in.
Yep. Just,
so,
cool. 3, you know what? Hit that 3-year mark. Got a good run underneath her belt. And nah.
Well, it's only going to get worse. So.
Fucking tell me about Jesus Christ.
You're going to have a lot of hard lessons for her. Oh, brother. Yep, so we got a 1-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 11-year-old.
Oh, my goodness.
Good range.
Full house, my God.
Yeah, they're all great. They're all great.
Don't get us wrong, we love our children.
Sure, it's ourselves we hate.
Well, yeah.
Right?
For having kids, yeah. Yep.
So I went to all these mommy groups to find a bunch of posts. The big time ones on Facebook where a bunch of stay-at-home moms talk about parenting because they have nothing else going on for them. So, but this topic was also chosen by a listener named Matt.
Yes.
And, how did he do that? How did he choose this topic?
Matt has been a patron of ours over on patreon.com/reportthispost, and he subscribed for the certain amount of time that his level required, and in doing so, he got to choose an episode topic.
That's right.
The one that
plop
he chose.
Plop down a few bucks a month for you get all these extra bonus episodes and everything, and then of course you get to choose a topic. And Matt chose parenting because I believe Matt himself is a parent.
I believe you are correct, sir. And in actually, he sent over. He was going to call in, but he actually sent over his own online post through Patreon's messaging service about his own child. So our first post is actually from Matt. Our first post is actually from Matt. Hooah. All right. About a year ago, I took my 4-year-old daughter to the amusement park at Mall of America on a Sunday morning. She wanted to do the log ride, which I thought she was a little too young for, but I also wanted to see what would happen. The ride is Paul Bunyan themed, with animatronic figures and tunnels. One of the figures was a man making a Paul Bunyan-sized pancake. My daughter was freaked out by these uncanny valley puppets and asked me what the man was doing. Because I am a stupid man, I mistook the large pancake for a pizza. I told my daughter, that's an Italian man making a pizza, and the ride went on. She didn't enjoy the big drop at the end of it, but it went off as expected and we left. In the car, she asked me, Dad, what's an Italian? Without thinking, I told her that Italians are scary people with sharp teeth, long claws, and they will spray you with hot pizza sauce and get you. Well,
So he was right.
teaching early. Well,
Yeah.
Monday afternoon came around and my wife was picking up my daughter from school. The teacher asked why my daughter was saying she was so afraid of Italian people. She was saying, I don't like Italian people because I was scared, and other comments about scary Italians. I made a bad parenting choice, but I also should have milked that for the better part of 2020, telling my daughter that if her fingers or toes hang off the end of her bed, an Italian man will dip them in olive oil and eat them.
I mean, of all the tales you tell kids, this is the least far-fetched, right? You know, these awful people are just, they're, gotta give it up to listener Matt for doing his best to completely be in a throw an assist on some sort of hate crime later in life. His daughter blows up a Hungry Howie's or whatever, just completely.
This'll teach him. Oh, I love the idea of a big, like a stereotypical Italian guy doing the crab walk from The Exorcist down the stairs. Whoa, mamma mia!
The crazy bread is especially crazy from these fucking guys, huh? Is that Italian at all? Crazy bread?
I don't know.
Is there any link to Italian culture with those things?
From my understanding, Italian food is all some sort of bread base with sauce and then cheese on it in any number of order of that. So yes, it would be.
Okay, great. So now I can say I'm a connoisseur of Italian food. Great. So as a fella, raising girls is hard. Certainly, Matt just gave us an example as to why.
He's not making it any easier for himself.
Yeah. Christian has a girl. I have a couple girls. It's tough for us fellas, but for example, another example of this is a woman went to Facebook mommy group to ask this question. For anyone who is having a girl or has had a girl, is anyone else's partner someone who wants to be, quote, old school when it comes to your daughter? My hubby wants to follow in his father's footsteps. His dad had 7 daughters and doesn't want to see her naked or change her nappy or bathe her, etc. I'm happy for him to do that because he has been hands-on with our 2.5-year-old son since he was born, but I'm just curious if anyone else's partner is going to take the same approach. There's over 50 comments on that post, most of them women calling that guy completely fucked up. For whatever the hell is going on.
Yeah, okay. There is something weird going on, but not sure what it is.
Right.
I can't quite pinpoint what it is. Boy. Never.
Well, it's either that or he is like just found the perfect excuse to not have to do anything. Like, it's a girl. No, I can't do that because it's bad to change a girl's diaper.
Yeah, you know what? My old CEO, who was like an old school Italian guy, never once changed his daughter's diaper. Never bathed her. Like, didn't dress her because that was not his role as a parent. was his line of reckoning. Good. So I guess there are people out there like that.
Yeah, couldn't get away with that myself.
I at this point I can't unless I were to get like a nanny, because I live alone because my wife left. So
yeah,
I don't really
get a nanny, or I mean they're called wives. That's just what they're called.
Well, I didn't work out so well the first time, so I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Weird guy, no doubt. It's weird too, I guess, essentially sexualizing the daughter, right?
Yeah, in a weird way, but then
2-month-old
also
baby.
but then he's okay with the son thing. Like, it just kids are genderless until they're like 10. You know,
till you force a gender on them.
And folks,
pink frilly princess shit.
We love to do it. Hey, you know, I don't know why you bought your son that, but you know, more power to you if that's what you want.
What the heck?
Got his ass. Great. So, kind of on a similar thread to the last one, someone asked Cora, one night, my 5-year-old daughter interrupted foreplay, inadvertently touched my husband, and he just lay there. I know I would have instinctively moved to avoid having her touch my genitals. Do any other dads see this reaction as appropriate? So, Jason Buckstobber, stay-at-home dad 2003 to present, that's right in his title there, answered with this. At one point, my son must have seen his mother orally pleasuring me because he came in our room one day while I was undressed and toddled over and laid a kiss on my member. It was quick and innocent, and we just cracked up. When the laughter died down, we had a refresher on good touch/bad touch. It never happened again. Don't freak out, and they won't start developing complexes about their body and innocent behavior.
Yeah. Yeah. He didn't say the part about his son being 17 years old. Which...
Damn it.
They don't usually toddle at that age, but when you're gonna kiss dad's dick, sometimes you gotta.
Well, you're on your knee, you know, you're
cute
kneeling down. Yeah.
God. Yeah. You know, my youngest daughter, she's gotten in this kissing thing where she'll just like things she likes, she'll kiss. So she kissed her dinner plate tonight. You know, so. There's always a worry that something's going to happen bad. So you got to keep an eye on these kids and their things that they do. It's bound to be fucked up.
Thinking that it's an innocent when your son walks in and Mike, when you're a parent, your reaction time is heightened, I would say, to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If your kid is walking across the room and you're naked and you're just standing there and he's like puckering out. Like, I think you'd probably have some
time. See him just licking his lips, walking up. Seeing that big meaty hog. Coming
really
right
weird,
for it.
Really weird. Really weird to not only post about this online, but just to be like, yeah, it was innocent, you know, just a little on the head of my penis by my toddler son. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, on the glands. Now, came immediately, of course, and then that was a whole other discussion.
Okay.
So, I found this one on the subreddit r/pics, posted by user SoulCrateSucker. Been spending a little extra time on my kids' dinner lately. The attached was a picture of some mac and cheese and hot dogs plated nicely with ketchup drizzle plus broccoli and carrots.
Nice.
Pretty adorable little thing. User Quingy disagreed. Wow, a whole extra 2 minutes to put all the microwave garbage that took 3 minutes to heat up in a fun shape for Reddit. Here are a whole load of pats on the back for making your kid a future diabetic in style. And the OP came back with, it's carrots, broccoli, vegan mac and cheese, and veggie dogs. To which Quingy said, vegan does not equal healthy. Bleach is vegan. If 2 pieces of broccoli and a couple slices of carrot make you feel better about serving your kid microwave poisoning, then good for you. I feel sorry for your kid in these coming months, you worthless piece of trash.
God damn.
And then someone else said, you seem like a real fun person to be around. To which Quingy retorted, I'm not. Newsflash, the world isn't a fun place. You've all been lying to yourselves, and that's why you are all fucked once it all comes crashing down around you.
Wow. Pretty good.
So really handling the picture of mac and cheese well.
But I gotta say, this Swingy person seems like maybe the most honest poster that we've come across on the show.
Yeah. Maybe not the time for honesty.
You know, when is the right time for brutal, searing honesty when it comes to a child's dinner? Also, got to say that they cannot be a parent because, as you and I both know, getting kids to eat literally anything, no matter how you present it to them, is an absolute nightmare. So,
yeah. Some kids are worse than others, certainly. And all my kids have gone through these phases where they just don't give a shit about eating for some reason. They just don't get it. I mean, it might be because we just feed them dog shit. Like, the food is awful, but never give them, like, steak or anything fun.
And you'll be editing that out to not offend your wife. I understand. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Well,
I meant actual dog shit, but...
Well, it's like pre-processed, right? So it's there's some nutrients left in there. Dogs eat it, right? They wouldn't eat it if there wasn't something in about it.
Man, that's so true.
User OSnap89 posted this to our parenting. Good God. I'm raising my biracial 4-year-old nephew. He's never met his father, and his mother lost custody of him last year. I admit I will never understand as a white woman the challenges that face people of color. Recently, my nephew has been saying the N-word, thanks to my sister who uses it in daily conversations. I've explained how the N-word is a hateful word that when we use it can hurt people. So that worked for a while. Today he's whispering to himself the N-word as we're walking down the street. I remind him how the word can hurt others. He tells me he's not saying it to others, but to himself. So there I am in the middle of Crown Heights, a heavily Caribbean neighborhood in Brooklyn, thinking how, as a white woman, do I explain this? So I asked him why he wanted to call himself that word. He says it's because he's black. I don't know what to say. He is black. I'm white, and most of our circle is white. I'm trying to diversify his circle, but it's so hard. I just don't know how to explain to him that we can't use the N-word. Is this just my problem? Is it because I'm white that it makes me extra uncomfortable? I'm lost, and I don't know what to do. I'm 29, single, and never thought I'd be raising him. There's so many complex layers to this, I'm terrified of messing up. If anyone has any suggestions, they would be greatly welcomed. And user Herringbone replied, maybe stop exposing your nephew to your racist-ass sister?
Well, so the sister is the mom, I'm presuming?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Look, I know what situation we got here. We got a white sister who lost custody of her kid, her biracial kid. This is a wigger lady. That's what we got here.
Oh, God.
And
God,
so,
man.
Well, no, I'm being. This is the most truthful I've ever been on the podcast. What we have here is a lady who uses that word because she's considers herself a part of the community,
one of the culture, right? Yeah,
or at least adjacent to it. Boy, I can picture the stringy blonde hair that's spilling out of this lady's head, and just arched back from just being bent over smoking cigs all day on a stoop. Just real rough looking broad.
She got those fuzzy pink slippers and like a tank top that's been washed so much it is like tissue paper.
Yeah, always a bad tank top. Yes, just sweats. Like the sweats that say pink on them.
Yeah, but they're pushed up to her knee. They're like tucked in on themselves, so they're like, yep, clam digger style.
Oh, so I say a word that rhymes with that word, and I get in trouble. No, you get away with it.
You just gotta be smart. You gotta outthink, my friend.
So this post is kind of in line with that. A woman ranted to one of those mommy groups on Facebook. I'm so tired of being told because I'm white I cannot possibly be a victim of discrimination or prejudice. I don't vaccinate my children. I don't circumcise my boys. My family doesn't use pharmaceutical drugs. My family takes CBD. My family will not wear a mask. My family doesn't use fluoride. I breastfed my babies well past 2 years old. I lost all of my friends because of those issues. That, my friends, is discrimination and prejudice. Stop invalidating others' experiences. 490 reactions on that one, all thumbs up, hearts, or hugs.
Yeah.
So, bunch of white women agreeing that they face discrimination for their stupid-ass views.
That's right. White women love to make up scenarios where other people are mad at them. That is a hobby that white women have online, I've noticed.
The defining feature of your average white woman.
I can also guarantee that this lady's friends did not ditch her because of those issues, but probably because she would not shut the fuck up about talking about all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. But yeah.
Oh, you're gonna vaccinate your kids? Just rub some CBD on their gums. It's the same thing, and it's natural.
Yeah, someone who doesn't vaccinate, doesn't circumcise, against pharmaceutical drugs, takes CBD, does not wear a mask, doesn't use fluoride, very old breastfeeding. This is someone who talks about only those things at any given point.
Yes.
All the time. There's no reason to talk
Yep.
to them about anything else because they don't know anything about it. They're dumb enough as it is about stuff they do know about. The stuff they know about, they don't know anything about. So anything else is just, hey, did you see what's in the news today? Boo. So
what happened? I was too busy breastfeeding my 8-year-old son and cleaning the smegma out of his dick.
Wow, just a one-stop shop, huh? While you're here, let me...
I use that to whiten his teeth.
Get my pinky in that foreskin. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Great.
Cool. So this one I found on R Beyond the Bump, which is a subreddit for new parents. But most of the posts there are for mommies. And the title of this post is, "It finally happened to us and I had a decent comeback." A stranger in the grocery store checkout line finally sexualized my baby by claiming she was flirting with him. I noticed my baby was staring hard at the older fellow behind us. Because some people feel awkward when babies stare at them, I turned to him and said, "She sure is staring, isn't she?" And he replied, "Yep, I think she's flirting with me." What was actually happening is she was staring him down with a blank face. If there was any emotion being expressed at all, it was either resting bitch face or super sleepy face. I turned back to look at my precious 1-year-old, wanting to say, "Please don't sexualize my infant," but instead turned back to him and said, "I don't think that's flirting. That's a pretty deadpan look." The fellow gracefully replied, "Yeah, like she's sizing me up, but she doesn't like what she sees." Returning his grace, I finished the conversation with, "More like she wishes she was seeing the back of her eyelids. It's nap time." So overall it went well. I think he realized what he said was obviously dumb, if not inappropriate. However, in the car on the way home, I wished I would have said, "Oh boy, if you think that's flirting, then you must have a hard time with the ladies. Snarky enough to sting a bit, but jokey enough to not be impolite." Maybe one of you other mamas can use that next time it happens to your little one. And a now deleted user replied, "I don't see how this is sexualizing a baby at all."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, old guy just kind of being like an old guy.
Yeah, just like,
trying to be nice.
Making small talk. And this lady's like, "How fucking dare you sexualize my child? She would not sleep with you if you were the last man on earth, you disgusting pig." Like, whoa.
I'm going to get in the next lane.
Is she opening? Is she? Yeah. No, she's cashing out.
No, okay, I'm gonna leave. I don't need any of this stuff.
Take out for me tonight, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, the best part, of course, is the when you're telling your story online. Just go ahead and say what you want it to say, because that's what people do anyway on these things, right?
Yeah,
they just lie. So she actually had to tell what actually happened, which was nothing.
100%
and then she said,
nothing.
"But I wish I said this," which is also not good.
It was, it's significantly worse than just saying, like, yeah. It is a really strange thing. It's not the only time I've seen somebody saying that, like, their child was being sexualized, but I think that is very, very big projection on an infant, and not good, and don't like that. Don't like that at all, sir.
It's not really sexualizing. It's just like putting these like grown up things on a child, which people do for all the time.
Sure.
It's kind of what It is what baby small talk is, you know. It's like, oh, look at them. They're having they're giving me an evil eye. They must not like me. Hey, I can't blame them. You know, that's just nonsense.
Yeah, I want to kill myself too, kid. Don't worry about it.
Hey, I want to go home and stick a muffler in my mouth, kid. Believe you me, huh? Oh, my wife sucks.
Adorable little scamp you got there. Have a great afternoon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Merry Christmas. You hear that, kid? You fucking say Merry Christmas.
Don't let anybody tell you different.
So, speaking of, Vote.co was the alt-right alternative to Reddit until it sadly closed on Christmas Day. There was a lot of fun posts on there. Unbelievable amount of good stuff, including this one on V Parenting from a gentleman looking for children's books.
Okay.
It's getting harder and harder to wade through the lists of books for bedtime stories. They all seem to have subversive messages. Have you found any children's or young adult chapter books that aren't kiked that might be a good read?
Ooh.
Classics, perhaps? And a user named Miss Kylie42 linked to a PDF for The Poisonous Mushroom, a children's book published in 1938 in Germany by Ernst Heimer.
Okay.
Well, I went to go look at that PDF, and here's a selection of some of the chapter titles from this book.
Uh-huh.
How to Identify a Jew. How the Jews Came to Us. Ing's Visit to a Jewish Doctor. How two women were tricked by Jewish lawyers. And the very final chapter, without solving the Jewish question, there is no salvation for mankind. So,
really ramps up at the end, huh?
nice, fun little bedtime story that kids will undoubtedly love. Wow.
No, honey, I'm sorry. We can't read Goodnight Moon. It's not based enough. It's not Keck. We let's how about we read Little Adolf Goes to the Fair instead?
Yeah. Oh man, what a time. Yeah, I feel like most books published in 1938 in Germany are going to be a tough read these days.
A PDF, my God. So somebody had that book and then scanned. They're like, I gotta save this because.
Oh yeah, and it's like a lot of pages too.
Oh my God, is it illustrated?
Oh yeah, of course it is. Was it you that I texted? I had an idea for a tweet. And I said. It was something like, is the Jewish question, can I speak to your supervisor about this meal? Was that what it was? Is that I wanted to tweet, but I was off Twitter at that point. And also, I probably would have been assassinated today. So.
That would be a good time to do it. You'd probably get some phase off that. I am looking this book up, and holy shit.
Yeah, it's good. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, if you need something to get your daughter to sleep a little better,
I think I'm good. I think I'll stick with the little golden books. Oh my God.
Yeah, those the Jewish propaganda Paddington Bear. Is that what you're gonna read to her instead? Paddington in triple parentheses is a very good display name.
Photoshopping that with like the Star of David patch on his little jacket.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh man, fuck. All right, this is another one from Our Parenting. User Not the Prom Queen asked, "My daughter asked my younger lover sexual questions about me. How should I deal with this? I am a single mom and have a 15-year-old daughter. I have started sleeping with a young 20-year-old man who I've been friends with for a few months. He hangs out and gets along with my daughter very well when he is over and normally makes me very happy. However, I overheard something last night that humiliated me. My daughter was asking him about my sexuality. about me sexually. I guess she was genuinely curious. He asked her if it was okay for me to tell her, and she said she didn't think I would care. I listened in on them talking, but didn't say anything. He explained things to her like how I no longer wear a condom while I give him oral sex, and other details about me. I like them both, but feel betrayed that they would talk this way. And a now deleted user commented, "Yikes, your boyfriend is probably going to cheat on you with your daughter. You should probably date men who aren't basically the same age as her." And Danny Chico replied, "Let's hope it's quote-unquote consensual when it happens." Oof. Whoa.
Let's hope for that. Let's hope that the 15-year-old really wants it.
real rough post all the way around.
Oh, okay. First of all,
I'm dating my 20-year-old boyfriend, and when I suck him off
with a condom on. How can the guy even stick around long enough for that to keep happening? You know what I mean?
Okay. You don't have to put the condom on. It's like, thank God.
Oh, a few months. Yeah, this is an odd.
Oh yeah,
this whole situation's weird. But I'm not even sure what to say to any of this. Also, I do think it's weird how someone thinks that 20 and 15 are basically the same age. Because the law thinks differently.
So she's 34.
Yeah.
So she had her kid when she was 19. Mm-hmm. Did she even say her age? No, she doesn't even say her age. I'm just guessing here. But still, 15-year-old daughter, 20-year-old lover still seems probably weird, I would say. So
yeah. Just don't do that, or know that. Just don't have them in the same room, okay? Just don't have your kid hanging out with your young lover.
Probably talk to your kid about not asking your lover what he does when he porks down your mom. I would say so.
Yeah, you shouldn't know your mom's blowjob habits. I would say, in general, at any age, for any reason. Right?
Yeah, I would think so. I don't. Thank God. Because if I did, I would just.
Oh, I can tell you.
Okay. Hey.
This is a post from Facebook. How do I convince my cousin, who is dead set on a home birth, to not do an at-home circumcision? Her husband is a dog breeder who crops ears and docks tails, so she thinks that he should be able to perform a circumcision just fine. This makes me very nervous for the baby.
Oh, no.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, that poor kid.
That kid is going to have a couple of issues, I would say. Least of his problems being a docked dick, like. Yeah, we clipped his dick.
Just
make him look more aggressive.
That way, it doesn't get tangled. Tangled up in anybody else's collars when he's rolling around. Yeah. Good God Almighty.
Yeah, that's fun.
Not for the kid. Just hey, while we're here, how about I take a little? He's got
like a little off the top. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it kind of got a little big. His ears are a little. Do you think they're long? I think they're long. He may grow into them, but why don't we clip them? Just take a little. I already got all this shit out, so why don't I just go ahead and take care of that? Okay. Wife's just completely doped up. She's drank fucking cough syrup to get through the pregnancy at home. Okay.
Yeah. God. I don't. The whole at-home birth shit, I just never got.
Oh yeah, that seems very scary to me. There's so many things that could go wrong. There's so many things that go wrong in the hospital. I can't imagine I'm just gonna go ahead and climb into the empty bathtub and squirt this kid out. It should be. It's gonna be okay.
It's I wouldn't do an at-home, a broken leg repair. I wouldn't. Well, I need a new knee, so gonna just do it in the garage. Got some
just
scraps.
throwing the leg up. Yeah, just using the drill and just drywall screws, just going to town. Two 2x4s on either side.
I guess the idea is because, like, this is the way births used to be for the species. But I think I read somewhere that like half of all births ever have just died. Babies just die a lot when you're.
They do that. Babies do be dying.
And thanks again to listener Matt for selecting that episode of parenting. Great topic, of course, and there's a lot more fantastic posts over at patreon.com/reportthispost. The whole episode's available, plus all the other episodes are available in their entirety. And then you'll hear a whole bunch more other episodes coming up, and then eventually we'll stop the show because we get tired of it. But in the meantime, patreon.com/reportthispost, or you can choose a topic yourself outside of Patreon by going to reportthispost at stormv.com. That'll do it. Bye.